Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, November 26th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is to open. I soften into the evolving universe. And today we reach the culmination of the first square between Saturn and Neptune, with the next two coming later in 2016. And we also, in the States, are on Thanksgiving. We have Thanksgiving today. And we're also in the last day of Chiron retrograde. And we're still coming down for the full moon yesterday. So we've got stuff going on top of the fact that it is also our first revolution evolution day of Sun in Sagittarius. So, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So much stuff has been coming through about this square. And I do want to mention that this square, it is happening in the mutable signs of Sagittarius and Pisces, so Saturn and Sagittarius, Neptune and Pisces. And then we do have a bit of a grand mutable square, because we also have the moon hanging out in Gemini, coming down from that full moon, and we have Jupiter in Virgo. So that mutability is about. And I feel like the mutability is actually one of the best things that could happen to this energy, because mutable is the energy of changeability. And that's what we're being called upon in this, is the spirit of changeability, the spirit of evolution, the spirit of growing along with the universe. That's why I soften into the evolving universe. We are being called to soften. And I've looked at this so much. This Saturn Neptune square, it's happening at 7 degrees, which is that degree of spirit. I feel like we see, I don't even feel this. We see on this planet how much energy there is around beliefs and religions and spiritual truths and spiritual truths that are causing this kind of friction. And so our way of changing this, our way of shifting this, is looking where we're doing that in our lives. Because we can't expect the world to figure it out if we can't figure it out between ourselves, within ourselves even. And something that came up with this is the biology of belief. Bruce Lipton has a book about that, the biology of belief. We hold on to these beliefs that we cultivate because we think that's what's gonna save us. It's actually like a biological response that's going on in us that is it's just as strong as the biological need within us to mate and to have children. And so we have to bring consciousness to these beliefs that are biological, because we feel like our life depends on holding these beliefs like this. And to be fair, we've been taught that. I grew up Catholic, and it's the only way to have eternal life is through Jesus. Those beliefs are ground into you. And so my call to you today is to soften by understanding the nature of the universe, by just seeing that every day there's so much more than what you see. There's so much going on beyond your perspective. Remembering that you can't force your story on somebody else. You can't force your story, your views, your truth on the universe, because your story, your views, your everything is from your limited perspective. And that's it. And we can never really, you can't understand somebody else and their biology, their belief biology, even if you try to force it. So I am calling you, inviting you to be soft. And how amazing is that in the States right now for the softness as we surround ourselves with friends and family for this holiday. And guaranteed there will be opposing views coming up around the table. And I love what Nikki said in her daily guidance today. She said, you don't have to disagree about things. Why don't you focus on something positive? Focus on something that feels good. Oh, we all love our cat. We all love my cat Mahalo. Let's focus on that. We don't have to figure out the ways of the world, the politics of the world around the dinner table. And as we recognize these connections that we have with each other, that there are similarities, that we all are in this together, we can soften. And that's the beauty of this mutability-ness, is that it is so changeable, helping us soften. And I just want to remind you too, this is a huge thing for me, because as a Sagittarius wants to know the truth. We want to know the truth. There's a truth out there. I feel like the truth is that truth is all relative, and it's all just this expansive ball of energetic love. That's the closest thing I can find to truth. But you're never going to find the truth. You're never going to know enough to know. I even have a tattoo of Samasati on the back nape of my neck, which is the last words the Buddha said. It's right knowing. I mean, I was so connected to desiring the truth that I have it tattooed on me. And it's been so interesting as I've softened over the years to, okay, maybe I don't need to know, but I do enjoy my perspective, and I do enjoy sharing my perspective. So besides this, this amazing square, Chiron retrograde is so interesting in this. I believe as we soften, I believe that there's actually an incredible, incredible opportunity for healing that will come with this softening. Chiron is the wounded healer, and I do think it connects into those long-held beliefs, those truths, those things that we clench in my body, like clench in your body, and you hold on like this. And Chiron's like, let that go. Let that go. Be present. Be present for spirit talking through you. Be present for what is showing up in your life, showing you your lessons. Be present for that old stuff that's coming up. I think with the last day of Chiron retrograde, this is a powerful day for old stuff to be coming up in your life to be dealt with in a soft and loving manner. The universe is reminding you to be soft. The universe is inviting you to be soft. And so, with Chiron about to go direct, and this energy of this square, I think one of the things, especially over this, old stuff that's coming up, any healing that's coming up, these biological things that are coming up, another thing that can help you soften, is one of the most powerful things that I have ever encountered in my life, is saying the words, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times we're reticent to say the words, I don't know, because for some reason we feel like we have to know everything. I mean, and I can relate to that as a Sagittarius. Somebody once said Sagittarius is the knowledge keepers. Many people have said that. I'm very attached to knowing. That's my job on the planet. I even have a tattoo of the word Samasati on the back of my neck, Buddha's last words meaning right knowing. And I remember years ago, I was doing somebody's chart reading, and they had some Sagittarius energy, Saturn in Sagittarius actually, Moon in Sagittarius, and it came through loud and clear. You've got to let go of the idea of truth and there being just one truth, and soften to the ways of the world. And that was huge for me. And saying, I don't know, is one of those ways. It brings in the elements of infinite possibilities, because when you don't know, you create room for all that could be to come in and be like, well, there could be this, or there could be this, there could be this. That is amazing for healing processes, whether it's healing your physical body, whether it's healing your beliefs, whether it's healing, the biological stuff as we try to soften to this biology. And I'm going to go back to what I said. It's not always going to make sense. And that's okay. Yesterday, I had the best experience with that, with it not making sense. And I was leaving to take my mom to the airport, and before I leave, I kept hearing, get your sunglasses, get your sunglasses. It was cloudy. It was pouring rain. And I was like, really? And I was like, no, this is my commitment to listen to my intuition, even when it doesn't make sense. I'm going to get them. We'll just see. As I'm driving back home, clouds open, beaming light reflecting off of all of the water everywhere. And I was like, glad I have these with me. And I was like, there you are, universe. Thank you for reminding me many times. Thank you, me, for softening to the reminder and not being like, oh yeah, I know better. From our perspective, we don't know better. I do not know what the weather holds. So soften be open. I do want to mention there are some great things happening in this. You know, we have the moon connecting to Venus today, which is going to be great for conversations. We have the moon connecting to Uranus, which is actually going to be great for filtering amazing ideas, solutions to this energy that we're working with, to this evolution, revolution energy. So be open to the amazingness that pops through. And also be open to those places where you feel that resistance. Because remember, these squares, it's not about the planets. The planets don't have a problem. They know how to work together. They've been doing it for a lot longer than we've been around. The problem, what they're showing us is just what's going on in ourselves. So the resistance is in you. So if you see it out there, if you feel it out there, where is this happening in me? Where is this testing one of those beliefs? Where do I feel like my life is threatened because I'm considering shifting this belief? So that being said, the cards I pulled, look at this. This is exactly what's going on. You can be soft and you can trust the universe and you can trust your process. Or you can hold on like this. You know, it's your decision. I'm not here to force you or tell you what to decide. But I am showing you that the universe is offering you an amazing time to let go of your control and soften into the evolution. And there's also this, the conditioning card again. You know, this is your opportunity to shrug off that old conditioning, that old stuff, those beliefs, those lessons that were taught you that don't fit. It's like an uncomfortable coat and the sleeves are too short and you know, holding your shoulders, and you're like, oh, I just want to break free. So many of us, I remember that feeling so well, and I'm constantly breaking free all the time. So break free, and it doesn't matter if you become a lion or a wildebeest or a giraffe. Break free and be true to yourself. And, you know, it's so funny because I believe I pulled these cards together in GPS this week. This causes success. This is where success comes from because it is authentic to your process. It's authentic to your beingness. I believe that softness is authentic to our process and authentic to our beingness. So that being said, I'm offering the $11 off, actually one day further. So it's available tomorrow through my birthday, and it is available through Small Business Saturday as well. So take advantage of that. It's $11 off any reading. Email me with your reading of choice, and I will send you the discounted rate invoice. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everyone who's bought a reading. You know, I'm so grateful for all the support from you. I love supporting you in this way, and I'm really, really grateful for the return of support that you bring me and Nicole and Janet, everybody else at Gaia Blooming. And I love you. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Thank you for this interaction. Thank you for receiving me. Thank you for sharing your process with me. Thank you. I am so grateful. Have a beautiful Thanksgiving, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.